Great morning, Holy Brothers! Thank you very much for joining us on our pathway to peace inside the Garden of Peace. If you're following along, we're on the top of page 82, and today's lesson is going to be called Wandering Wanderings. When your mind starts to wander and you wonder about other things that you should not be thinking about. Why? Because yesterday we talked about guarding your gates, and it is so important not to let those things into your body to affect your soul. The body should be the frontline army protecting you. Your eyes have lids that you can close them. Your ears have little lobes that you can hold to stop them from hearing things. Your mouth have teeth and lips to be able to close, not to let things out that they shouldn't be saying. So when you have especially your eyes, which are the windows of the soul to see the outside world, why let those negative thoughts, why let those things come in and screw you up when you don't see them? Many times you cannot worry about wondering about them if you don't have them coming into that stimuli, bombarding you. So if you're not looking at them, you have so much more chance of success and succeeding, rather if you mess yourself up from the beginning. Can you have a thought that enters your mind about something that you thought of or seen in the past? 100%. But that's why we try to do teshuvah and try to rectify our past and to come closer to God, so we get those things out of our mind so that at least they're not on our minds all the time. If something creeps up once in a while, then we need to refocus, reshift, and recenter ourselves and bring it home, baby, back to the basics. So, if a husband's looking at other women is bombastically bad for him, then looking at other women while he's with his wife, oh my gosh, that is catastrophic. Some people think, no, if I talk to my wife about what I'm doing, she'll be cool with it. Like, when you walk past a woman on the street with your wife, like, oh wow, look how hot she is. Look how gorgeous she is. But you talk about it with your wife. So if she doesn't think you're doing it behind your back, okay, so if I'm open and honest about it, she'll be okay. I'm not doing anything behind her back.
What if
people talk to me like this?
What if
they do?
What if you're just like, ugh, what a zona?
Well, I would say that's probably not the best idea either. If you're going to say, oh wow, look how ugly she is. Or like, well, she's gorgeous, but she's like, selling herself for money. Like, once you start commenting, she already knows that you're seeing other women.
Right.
And that's a huge problem to begin with. Don't talk about other women, especially with your wife, but in general too. Few things are more insulting to a wife than when her husband sets his eyes on other women. One woman once told the rabbi that as soon as she caught her husband looking at other women, a demon-like feeling of competition penetrated her heart. Instead of devoting her spare time to spiritual development and personal prayer and Torah learning, she began spending hours upon hours in front of a mirror, buying all sorts of makeup and all these things just to try to attract her husband. And God forbid, if it wasn't attracting her husband, she wanted to attract other people. So she could feel a new sense of worth, a new sense of dignity, and a sense of self, because she was being degraded by her husband looking at other women. So she lost that, and she was craving for it back. And her life became bitter, and then eventually she wanted a divorce from him because she couldn't get it from him, the love, the support that she's supposed to have from him. If he's looking elsewhere, she's going to feel that she has no foundation here. There's no reason why she should want to be with him if he's not giving her what she needs. And of course, she lost all her spirituality because she focused now on physicality instead. Her husband lets his eyes wander, and then his mind wander, destroys his marriage with his own two hands. Instead of being a haven of peace and blessings bountifully, his home becomes a warehouse of materialism. Down in this lowly world, his wife demands outrageous sums for cosmetics, for beauty creams, for clothes, for shoes, for spa days, whatever it might be. The list goes on and on and on and on. Oftentimes, she contaminates herself with trashy books and with unbelievably ridiculous magazines. She acts compulsively and irrationally. You never heard of that before, right? In her struggle to look more beautiful every moment of every day, and spends so much time wasted on this. Inside, though, she feels dejected, she feels ugly, she feels unwanted, she feels chewed up and spit out. Husbands who complain to me that they don't love their wives, you better be guaranteed that they are looking at other women. If they're not focusing their love and energy towards their wife, there's a reason for it. Their hearts have gone astray and gone on a different way, picked a different path, and they're not focusing on their wives, and there's a reason for that. Keeping in mind the importance of making one's wife a first place, absolute, high above all else priority, then woman gazing would become a criminal act because you're not making her number one in your life. What the heck are you looking at other women for? Obviously, at that moment, they are a little more important in your eyes because you want to look at that right now. And your wife has fallen off her prime pedestal. Down, 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 down. And it becomes, for the wife of a woman gazer, she can never be first place in her husband's eyes. It's literally not possible because she's looking where he shouldn't. The only way a husband can preserve the love for his wife is by guarding his eyes from looking at other women. It is not possible otherwise, no matter what you're doing. You had a question?
No, I'm listening.
So again, it doesn't matter now if she's the most beautiful thing in the world or the ugliest person in the world. If you're looking at that woman to begin with, and then you're thinking about it, and then you're talking about it, all you're doing is letting that stir, letting that grow into bigger problems than you ever should have in the first place. A husband now that would guard his eyes and preserve his gaze only for the woman in his life, his wife, can reach such a high spiritual level where his wife actually appears to be now stunning, to be now beautiful, even though on a physical level she might have been homely, she might have been ugly in his eyes. Can you imagine a woman who he might have despised in the beginning? If he's not having what to compare her to, she'll become beautiful to him. He'll become attracted to her. That's the way it works. But the more you look and the more you compare, the more you see, the more lowly she's going to become and the less attractive she's going to become to him because now he wants more. Now he wants to compare. Look how hot that lady is. Look at that gorgeous woman. And then why is my wife not looking like that? And they're going to try to dolly her up and make up her up, try to make her more attractive. She's still not going to be as attractive as the hottest lady on the planet. There's no question about it. When you start to compare, you're going to lose. Appreciate what you have in your home. Put your love, put your sight, put everything you have into that, and that will grow exponentially more every day, and the love will blossom so beautifully. Such a husband can tell his wife that guess what? You are gorgeous. You are beautiful. And then he can be truthful about it. Because when he's not looking at her, there's no way you're going to be able to tell her, honestly, you're the most gorgeous woman in the world. It's just physically not going to be possible if you're looking at everything else out there. Yes or no? Mm-hmm. Then you're going to have to lie to her. And then it's going to start to realize that oh my gosh, he's lying to me. He's not telling me the truth. And then she's going to realize, like, other things, maybe he's lying to me about too. Even if you're telling her the truth about other things, because her basis, her foundation of honesty is going to get corrupted and erode away. By looking at her only, his true soulmate, the husband sees the exquisite, royal radiance of her supreme spiritual soul that was meant for his eyes and his eyes only. That's why women dress modestly, because they're not meant to be seen by other women. It's for you. What do you have to go parading around the rest of the world for? What are you going to attract the lowest scum on the planet? Who's now, you want to feel good about yourself? Your husband should be giving you that in the first place. With prayer, with effort, a husband can reach a spiritual level where his wife is both first place priority and actually really beautiful to him with his carefully guarded, gazing eyes, not at other women, but just at her. And walking now in the door, a rule of thumb in spirituality that says that everything goes according to the beginning. Everything in creation goes according to Bereshis. Everything in Bereshis goes according to the first parak, the first pasuk, the first verse, the first word, the first letters. Everything comes down to the beginning. Everyone always says it's most important how you make the first impression, because you can never have a second chance at making a first impression. True. What people see, they're going to judge you. Even though it's not right all the times, it's not proper, they're gonna do it anyway. So what are you gonna make an impression? How are people gonna see you when they first meet you? Because that's what they're gonna think of every single time they see you from then on. When a husband's first steps inside the threshold of his door after a long and arduous, difficult day at work, plays a key role in marital bliss. The ideal time is right now, in this moment. Show your wife that you love her and that she's the most important thing in the world. It doesn't matter if you had a ridiculous, tough, rough day at work. Please do not bring that energy, that negative energy into the household. It will boomerang off every vase, cup, and shatter everything that it touches. And even if you walk in the door and the first person to run to greet you are the kids, right? First question should be,
where's mom?
Where's mommy? That's what you should say. Yes, so great to see you. Where's mommy? I would love to say hello to her. I'd love to greet her and show my love. And they're going to see that, wow, you place her as your top priority, and that's what they're going to carry with them for the rest of their life too. When they have spouses, when they have marriages, they're going to know where their effort as well. A husband's greeting to his wife should not only be just like, oh, where's mommy? Why isn't the food ready? Where's mommy? Why is there a mess in the front hallway? It's where's mommy, because I want to show my love for her. It should be loving. It should be excited. It should be animated. It should be flavored with the sweetest words and extreme excitement and zealousness and zerizicness to show her, I'm so happy to come home and see you right now. Hello, honey. Great to see you. How was your day? It's so wonderful. That's how you have to greet your wife when you come home from work, my friend. If you need some lessons in energy, it'll be my pleasure to get you excited and enthused and energized. You should first inquire, how are you feeling? How was your day? Don't just dump words and diarrhea coming out of your mouth, verbal diarrhea. Let her talk. Give her a chance to open up. Inquire. Even though, once you ask her, she's going to go on a 45-minute soliloquy and telling you things that have nothing to do with anything. She just wants your attention, your time, and your love. It's not always important what she's saying, but it's important that you show her that you're there for her. You're her foundation. You're her rock. You're her support. This must show genuine concern for her welfare. Even if it's ridiculous, you don't want to hear anything about it.
I kind of wish I could talk like Matthew McConaughey. Like, hey, just, it's cool.
Chill.
Chill,
Sweet. Excited energy! This must show a genuine concern for welfare. Putting your own selfish needs down and aside and devoting your attention to her when he first walks in the door scores major points in Shalom bias and will set the scene for the rest of the day, hopefully the whole week, and keep that pure, keep it positive, keep it extreme, keep it enthusiastic, keep it excited energies.
So like when you come home, let's say your wife's home, I don't know when your wife's home, Sunday or whatever in the morning, like you come home after davening, you're like, hey!
Nope! I let her sleep.
Sleeping.
We're coming home very early in the morning after we're seeking. Then you do not walk in and say, hello, good morning, oh my God.
No. Who's up with the kids?
Hopefully the kids are still sleeping. At this time, at 6:20 in the morning.
Okay, when it's later,
of course. When it's later, the first thing is, if your wife likes to make sure that the kids' diapers are changed, that they're dressed, that they've had breakfast, do all that first before you go up to see her. So when she asks you those questions, you're like, honey, I love you so much. Look what was taken care of, so you can be more rested, have more sleep, be calm, cool, and collected in the morning. You don't need to rush out of bed. You don't need to be stressed out. Why do I want her to be stressed out in the morning? That's going to screw up her whole day. And believe me, it's going to screw up my day too if she's not happy. I guarantee you. And just know your wife a little bit. If she wants you to come wake her up in the morning, if she wants extra time, of course, and then she'll be mad at you. Why didn't wake her up? Oh my gosh, she overslept. It's her fault she missed the alarm. No, it's going to be your fault she missed the alarm.
She likes to sleep.
Then know your wife. And with that, have an awesome, deliciously amazing rest of your day.